Hey guys, welcome to my loot from 1000 Fire Giants. Thanks so much for watching another video of mine, really appreciate that. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now for Fire Giants, I'm sure most of you are aware that they do not drop hard clues, but they are a very good source of rare drop table drops. So it will be very interesting to see what exactly I will get from the rare drop table. I'd be interested to see your guys' predictions. Will I either get the half shield or a D-spear or nothing? Please let me know in the comments. And let's get on with the video. And that's our first trip done. I don't want to eat up all my food right now because we're in deep wild. Even though it will probably be very easy to escape, I just want to be safe a little bit here. It's also our first trip, so I'm not sure if there's any PKers here. Probably not though, but you never know. I did forget to bring my nature runes, so we weren't able to elk anything. Which for next trip I definitely will bring some nature runes. Let's bank and go back. And that's our second trip. I really should be training my herb lore so I can identify these herbs, which I will probably do soon. Yeah, this time we did bring our nature runes, but we got nothing to elk, so that's a bit weird. Yeah, it was kind of a short trip, so really need to do something about this. Maybe get some herb lore levels up, but we'll see when I do it. I'll probably do it soon though. And that's our third trip done. I again forgot to bring nature runes, and this time we did get stuff to elk, of course, fire battle stuff. But yeah, I will start bringing nature runes every trip now, I promise you. I must say I really like this spot. I haven't seen anybody else here yet, so it's probably not very crowded. Hopefully it will stay like that. Hopefully no PKers will come, even though it will probably be a good clip for the video, and I very much doubt anyone will be able to kill me. Yeah, let's drop this stuff in the bank and we'll go back. So I've decided to actually start dropping the lower level herbs, so I'm dropping the Marintils, the Guams, probably the Theramins, maybe even the Harlanders, but I'll probably keep those. I'm doing this because the trips will be very short otherwise. I must say though, I am going to keep track of these herbs, so I'm just adding them into a notepad, and in the end, in the price check, they will be included. So don't worry about that, it's just I'm not going to bank them anymore, so the trips can take a little bit longer. So we're still on the same trip as before, and we just got a half of a key. So that's very nice, that's a good amount of money. They are around 110k each. So that's a lot of money right now for a single drop. Very happy with that. It's my first actual rare drop table drop here. Of course we got some gems, but yeah, I'm not counting those. Yeah, that's very good drop to get early. Hopefully we get some more. And that's another full trip done. Very happy with the half of a key we got. That's some very nice money. So this is probably my best trip. Well, this is definitely my best trip here. We did get a fire battle staff that we elked. The rest of this was mainly from coin drops. Also a nice amount of gems, which I'm guessing most are from the rare drop table. 30 bloods. We didn't get any rune arrows, which is strange. We definitely should have gotten some rune arrows. But yeah, let's bank and we'll go back. Oh wow, I got another half of a key. That's only one trip further. So we got a back-to-back trip with a half key. That is really nice, guys. Those are 110k each, so that is a lot of money. Hopefully they keep coming, you know. That's really good. Definitely going to make it into a crystal key though and see what a chest gives, because it can actually give some good stuff. And that's another full trip done. This time we actually got a lot more rune arrows, so that's pretty cool. Also some nice blood runes again. Blood runes are really expensive. I think we elked one fire battle staff, and of course a nice amount of gems and herbs again. And let's not forget about the half key. The half key is very nice. I think we're going to open the chest right away because I want to see what's in there. And we got a full key now, so let's go do that. So let's open up this key, see what we get. Really excited. We've opened one key before. That key was really bad, of course. We got a spinach and 2k coins, so let's see what we get. Another spinach and 2k coins? No way! No way! That's so bad! That's 2 times we got that! Wow, this is terrible. Maybe I shouldn't open these keys anymore, I don't know. And we just got a half key drop. Very nice, it's about 110k. Not even halfway through the trip, so very happy with that. Let's hope it continues. And that's another trip done. Pretty good trip. We got the half key. We also just got a chaos talisman at the end. Could have been a nature talisman if it was above ground. But yeah, they're not as expensive anymore anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. And we're done with another trip. Not the best trip. Not really gotten anything good. At least we got some rune arrows though, that's nice. Let's regear and go back. So I've decided to switch up the spots. Instead of the deep wildy cave, we're going here for now. Going to check this out. We also just completed Legends quest, so we now have a much better chance to get a D square shield. Would be very cool to get that in the remaining 500 kills, but yeah, probably not. I do want to increase the chance though, of course, so yeah, that's why we did Legends. Let's drop this thing. But yeah, I'm not sure how crowded it is here, but to be honest, I think it shouldn't be too bad, so we'll just hop around a bit. If it's necessary, see if there's a free world. Hey, we got a first half key. That's right at the start of the trip, very nice. That's an easy 100k. So that is pretty crazy, but that is our first rune scimitar in around 500 kills. I think we did a little bit over 500 now, so that's our first rune simi. That is crazy. Imagine grinding for that, actually, you know? That would have been crazy. Yeah, we don't need it. We're just gonna elk it, but pretty cool to get our first one, to be honest. And that's the last kill. We did another full trip. Fire Giants, pretty decent. We got a half key. Our first rune scimitar. Some decent herbs, gems. Yeah, this is a pretty good trip, honestly. 60 rune arrows, 25 blood runes. So let's bank and return. And right at the start of the next trip, we get another half key. So that is great. Another 100k in the bank. I'll take that. Oh my god, guys. Right after that, get a dragon spear. That is crazy. Wow. I mean, I would have rather had the dragon square half, I guess. But a dragon spear is pretty cool. That's right after the half key. That's a back-to-back. That's crazy. I wonder how much that is. I'm going to look it up on the market. Yeah, so people are trying to buy it for 150k and people trying to sell it for like 240 to 280k. So I guess people aren't really buying it except for a pretty low number. I mean, for 150k, we might just keep it in the bank. You know, it looks kind of cool. Not sure though, but I mean, it's cool to get. I'll take it. And that's another trip done. Very nice trip. Uncut diamond, a dragon spear and a half key back to back as well. That was pretty crazy. Some nice blood runes, a lot of gems. Yeah, very good trip. Very happy with that. So let's go back. Getting pretty close to the end of the 1000 kills. Well, we're about 2/3 in. I think about 300 kills left. Would be really insane if we could manage to get a T square half. Probably not though, because we already got a dragon spear, which is very lucky. But yeah, I mean, imagine getting both, right? In 1000 kills, that would be really cool. So I hope that happens, but yeah, probably not in the next 300 kills. Yeah, we haven't seen any dragonstone drops yet either, so I guess those are less rare than the dragon spears, but well, maybe not actually after doing Legends quest, because Legends quest is supposed to make the D spear and shield less rare, I think, and it probably doesn't count for the dragonstone. So, but yeah, 300 kills left. Let's finish this up. That's about 2 trips, I think, maybe 3. Hey, and there it is, our second rune sim. Pretty close to the end. About 100 kills left, I think. I miscalculated a little bit in the last clip. So that's pretty cool, our second rune sim. And we're done with another trip. Well, almost done. Going to go back one more time. It was a decent trip, nothing special though. 30k cash is a lot. 30 blood runes, 36 rune arrows. Really not bad. And that's it, guys. This is the last kill. The 1000 kill. Very happy to be done with it. It took quite a long time. It wasn't as bad as some of my other videos, but you know, it took a very long time. The loot has been very good though. We even got a dragon spear. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah, let's go to the bank, add up all the loot, and I'll show you guys what we got. So we got all the loot together. First off, some loot might be missing in the inventory, like the herbs, and I didn't have all the runes, and also a couple arrows are missing. But yeah, the loot in the picture is going to be correct, like always. We got a lot of loot from 1000 kills. It's actually more than I expected, but a lot of the value is in the half keys and in the dragon spear. Also a lot of value is in the runes, so let's not forget those. Like 200k, almost 200k in the fire runes is pretty insane. But yeah, 14 GP each for fire runes is pretty expensive, so that has something to do with it. But yeah, let's go over the loot a little bit. So we got 150k cash. That's all the things that have elk, like rune scimitars, fire battle staves, mithril square shields. I'm also showing them on the screen, so you guys get an idea. They are not calculated into the value because they've been elk, so they are actually calculated into the total coins. Got 18 law runes, 200 chaos runes, 240 blood runes, almost 14k fire runes. So that's a lot of runes, which adds up to be quite a bit of money, about 300k total in runes. Also for the herbs, we didn't count quams, marentils, theramins. At first I was noting them all down, but it was a little bit too much work and I don't think it's very interesting, to be honest, so I just left those out. We did get 14 Herlanders, 11 Renners, 11 Irits, 10 Eventos, 5 Quarms, 4 Cadentines, 3 Lentodimes and 4 Dwarfeats. It's not a lot of herbs, but it's a decent amount, so they're definitely worth picking up. We got a total of 360 rune arrows, which is a very decent amount. That's going to help us a lot doing some PKing later. Now for the gems, we got a lot of gems. 37 sapphires, 16 emeralds, 7 rubies and 4 diamonds. So I think that's a lot of gems, to be honest. Now we got pretty lucky, I think, on the half keys. I'm not really sure what the rate is, but we got 5 in 1000 kills, so that's a rate of 1 in 200. I think that's a very decent amount. I calculated them to be 100k each. The last two I sold for 80k, but I did sell some a little bit higher, so I think 100k each is a pretty fair amount, but they are dropping in price, so they might become worth more like 80k or even less over time. Now we got very lucky at the end and we got a dragon spear, which I'm very happy with. It would have been much cooler if it was actually a dragon square shield, but I mean, you can't complain about a dragon spear. It's my first actual rare drop from the rare drop table, so I'm very happy with that. I wonder how many of you guys actually predicted I would get a dragon spear. I bet not too many. If any of you predicted anything, it would probably be nothing or a dragon square health. So if you did predict a dragon spear, you have won this time. Now in total, all the loot came out to be 1.5 mil, a little bit more than that. So that's 1534 GP per kill. I think that's pretty decent. You know, they're a good way to AFK train range or mage and you get some loot. It's not the best loot, but I think it's pretty decent, to be honest. The kills are also quite fast. I'm not really sure how many we kill per hour, but I would estimate it to be like 80 or 100. Could be a little bit less depending on your levels, of course. If you have low range, it could be a lot less. But I think they're a very decent training spot. Now I want to thank all you guys for watching another video of mine and watching until the end, of course. I want to ask you to please like and subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. I'm trying to hit 1k subs as soon as possible, so please help me out with that. Just want to say that I really appreciate all of you guys watching and supporting me, and hopefully see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!